Hello and welcome to this tutorial for LEGO Harry Potter Years 1 through 4. In this tutorial we are going to be going over the level 1-4, which is the level just after 1-3. So we finish 1-3 and this is where you spawn after 1-3. The first thing we're going to do is obviously make our way over to 1-4 itself. In this room we move with player 1. What we also want to do though is we want to make sure that player 1 gets to Wingardium Leviosa and player 2 was also on Wingardium Leviosa. In this room you can move with either character. I tend to move with player 1 just because it's easier to move. And kind of move between these two banners here. You can sometimes get a bit stuck, but with a bit of practice you can work out the right angle you need to hold for that. And then kind of jump, you just basically shortcut the path to make your way into this room. Now in this room we've got to do a technique known as bridge jump. Bridge jump is quite annoying. Basically what we want is we want to try and keep the bridge that's here, we want to keep it up for as long as possible. In fact we never want to build it fully over the course of the run. But what we want to do is we need to get across. So to get across, what we do is we're going to like partially build the bridge with run, and we're basically going to get to about this point and just start like tapping the B button so that the bridge never fully gets built, but it kind of stays in this half up state. And then with Harry, we can just jump across and make it over like so. It's quite a weird thing to time, but you get used to the mashing rhythm after a few times doing it. Then we go through this door here. And this warps us back up to, all the way up to the common rooms entrances. And then we wave at the painting here by pressing B. And then we go into the level itself. Now in the level itself, this tutorial is completely focused on the Transfiguration route for any percent. So if you don't have Transfiguration here, you can't do this route. I'll create another video which kind of shows you how you would do this level if you don't have Transfiguration. But for the moment, we have Transfiguration. So what we're going to do is with both characters, we need to run over this way. And we basically want to get both characters. That book goes way further than I thought it did. But we want to get both characters over to the other side here. There we go, that's out of range for the book. But yeah, we want to get both characters over past the metal chair. Where that is. You can do this one at a time. I tend to do them both together, but I'll show it one at a time. Basically, Ron moves along the side here. And then Harry does the same thing. And you can make it quite comfortably, and this area is all safe. So now there's two different setups for how to do this section. Basically, it depends. When you use Transfiguration, you get two different types of RNG. You get the Rat RNG, which is a faster moving character and also has a slightly different hitbox. And then you have the Frog Transfiguration, which is a bit slower. So if I hit Transfiguration here, what do we get? We get Rat Transfiguration. So I can show you the Rat Transfiguration setup first. So what we're going to do is I'm going to move player 2 into this corner, and player 1 I'm going to let get grabbed by the book. And then once player 1 gets grabbed by the book, he will always respawn in the exact same place. And I can just press up on the D-pad with player 2, and player 2 will be in the perfect position to be able to make it over this wall. And then when player 2 comes back, so you jump over the wall, and the other side of the door like this, you kind of need to tap a little bit further forwards, but it's quite a wide area, or quite a deep area you can land. But obviously the closer you land to the door, the better. And then you kind of run into the door like this, turn around, and you hit the trigger, and that's the first room. I will show the Frog Transfig. But then we come into the second room here. So the second room, what we're going to do is we're going to move both characters over to the right here. And then when we get to about this point, we can target Ron with Transfiguration, and no matter whether you get Rat or Frog RNG here, you're going to go against this wall. You'll also notice what I did when I did the Transfig jump is once I'd hit Ron with Transfig, I changed Harry onto the Lumos spell. That's because we need that in the next room. Over here though, what I'm going to do is switch Ron to the pet spell, and we're going to try and shoot to hit those books. If you're a bit far away, there are some other targets which Ron hits, as you want to try and avoid them as much as you can. But once you get the transfiguration, or once you hit the books with Ron, put Scabbers down. Scabbers goes forward. Just as Scabbers is going into the pipe, you can, if you time it right, get a jump, like so, which saves like half a second or something if you get that. But then Scabbers knocks down these books, switch to Wingardium Leviosa with Ron, and then Ron will open the door here. Harry will then, in this room, Harry will make his way over here, and again you can do cancelling the Lumos animation by igniting Lumos over here, and then jumping forwards so you don't see the animation. And then what you want is you want both characters to be down here. Target with both characters onto the bats, and then the moment you can, shoot at them, shoot at them. And you want to stand about here. Don't jump or anything, because that finishes the level. It's actually quite a small area you can stand in to finish the level. But yeah. Anyway, I'm then going to show this level again, but doing it a little bit faster. Okay, so showing this level again, but a bit faster. Obviously, this first room's very simple. Move over this way, and then try and get both characters on Wingardium Leviosa. And then make our way over here. You see I cut through the banners there. And then kind of jump over this plant there and into the next room. And this is bridge jump. This is a little bit difficult, especially when Harry just decides to slide off the edge, or we can reset that. So what I tend to do is I want to make sure that Harry ends up a little bit behind Ron, and then both can run kind of forwards at the same time, and then you can get that jump pretty cleanly, doing it quicker. Going through here now. And yeah, I mean, this is a very simple room. Just activate the paintings to start the lesson itself. You could do a couple practice Lumos jumps here or something. You've got time until the painting itself opens. And then in this room, I have the same setup for the first part of it, but then obviously the setup changes depending on if I get Frog or Rat RNG. So we'll have to see which RNG I get. But I'm going to move both characters at the same time here to get across. And this time I get Frog RNG, that's perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this chair out the way and line Ron up about there. Harry, meanwhile, is going to come into this corner of the door. And then jump up with Ron. When I get to there, kind of hold up right. And you see we just make it over. That's a harder setup. Basically, it's a lot easier if you get Rat Transfig. If you get Frog Transfig, though, that setup works. And you kind of want, once you get to the height where you're near the roof area, you want to hold upright to be able to hit it. So we got the Rat Transfig, which is very nice, because it means Ron makes it over here in plenty of time. Harry getting grabbed by Filch here doesn't matter at all. And shoot the books. Missed the jump with Scabbers, unfortunately, but that's fine. And you'll see here, I also position Ron in such a way that he gets, like, pushed forward a little bit by the door thing, which is just a tiny time save as well. And then I line both characters up here. Shoot as soon as I can. And then don't jump or anything, just stand about here. And that's the level complete. So, quite a quick level, but still quite a complex one, and it's very easy to mess up those transfiguration jumps. But yeah, thank you very much for watching.